The biggest party in the South is leaving music fans high and dry this weekend. Rock the South has officially been postponed to October 1st through the 4th. It's where we start. I'm Caleb Aguayo. But how did we get to this point? Peachtree Entertainment announced last October that the festival would relocate to a new venue at the Fields at Decatur, roughly 45 minutes north of Coleman, where it's been held for almost 15 years. But even before today's announcement, opinions on the condition of the new festival location was divided. FOX54 spoke with a festival staff member yesterday who said they were confident that the show would go on at a scheduled time, while residents expressed their skepticism. FOX54's Logan Alexandra Russell is in Decatur to tell us what's next for Rock the South.
Decatur city officials and Peachtree Entertainment announced Tuesday afternoon that they've decided to push back Rock the South due to the exceptional amount of rain over the last several weeks. It was supposed to be a historic debut at the brand new Fields at Decatur. Instead, the hundreds of acres meant to house thousands of country music fans are completely soaked. Peachtree Entertainment and Decatur leaders made the joint decision to postpone the three-day festival just 48 hours before the gates were set to open.
Due to unprecedented amounts of rain across the state of Alabama this past week, the city of Decatur and organizers of Rock the South Music Festival today announced the rescheduling of the festival. The monumental rain that has fallen at the event site gives us no choice but to postpone the festival.
The festival will now run from October 1st through October 4th, with officials confirming all three original headliners, Zach Top, Jason Aldean, and Riley Green, are locked in for the new dates. And to make it up to fans, organizers are expanding the festival to 4 days, adding Jesse Murph, an Athens native, to the lineup on Saturday, October 3rd, at no extra cost to current ticket holders. While the lineup is secured, the delay creates an immediate headache for those who've already secured a hotel.
They need to reach out directly to those hoteliers and have that conversation with them. But we appreciate our hoteliers so much and the hospitality that they provide day in and day out, and they were ready to welcome guests. So I know that they will do the same thing in October as well.
Original tickets and camping passes will be honored for the new October dates. Full day-by-day schedules are expected in the coming weeks. In Decatur, Logan Alexandra Russell, FOX54 News.
Rock the South may be months away now, but the impact of this week's postponement is already being felt, from attendees who can't make the new dates to local businesses who are expecting a busy weekend. People across the community are reacting to the change. FOX54's Valentina Chalala now joins us live from Decatur. Valentina, how are people reacting to the news?
Yeah, Caleb, well, for a lot of people, their reaction isn't about the postponement itself. It's really about the timing, with some people telling me they were already headed to Decatur when they learned the festival was moving to October. Some ticket holders say they had already requested time off work and made hotel reservations. Others have taken to social media to sell their tickets, saying they can't make the new dates. And while many understand the challenges of building a new venue, some residents say they were frustrated that the decision came just days before thousands of people were expected to arrive.
There are likely people who are already on their way down here from different parts of the country. I know people have traveled from all 50 states to come here, and so it's probably, if I were one of those people, I would be upset myself. I don't think they were prepared. I know we've got a lot of people saying that there's a possibility of that, and of course the weather was a big reason why we rescheduled. However, I don't think Decatur was ready.
And it's not just festival goers that are feeling the impact. I spoke with a local Airbnb host who says they're now dealing with cancellations and trying to limit the financial hit from a weekend they expected thousands of people. Live in Decatur, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News.
Thanks, Valentina. While some Airbnb hosts tell FOX54 they're doing what they can to work with guests affected by the change, they also say they'd like to see more consideration for local businesses and visitors who may now be out of money because of the last-minute change. It's not the first local festival to see heavy rain right before the headliners got on stage. Back in 2024, South Star Music Festival was canceled entirely because intense flooding made the ground a mud pit. Even last year in Coleman, rainfall and mud at Rock the South got cars stuck and prompted several rescues. The festival started in 2012 when Coleman native Shane Quick organized a one-day concert at Heritage Park to raise funds for the community's ongoing recovery from the devastating 2011 tornadoes. By 2013, local momentum was so strong that Alabama native Sarah Evans joined the team as a host. And the festival expanded to a two-day format, drawing 35,000 fans. Growing pains hit in 2015, forcing a relocation from Civic Parks to York Farms. The 140-acre site sparked a new era, introducing on-site camping for the first time. But like every major live event, the festival faced unprecedented challenges. In 2020, gates remained closed as global pandemic restrictions forced organizers to cancel the show for its first time in history. 3 years later, in 2023, the festival came back bigger than ever, expanding into a massive 3-day weekend tradition, capturing the nationwide country music boom. That brings us to 2026, a year of huge logistical changes. The festival moved to a brand new permanent home at the Fields at Decatur, introducing a new second stage and now 4 full days of music, rescheduled for October following last Sunday's downpour. You can find the full press conference announcing Rock the South's move to October right here on the Fox 54 app. We're finally escaping the heavy rain we saw over the past few days, but as we move away from the showers, we're going to start feeling the heat. I'm joined now by Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, tell us a little bit about that Alabama summer heat.
Yeah, it's really going to begin to segue into our summertime weather pattern across the Tennessee Valley, where temperatures climb into the upper 80s, lower 90s, and heat indices begin to climb a little bit more. If you've been here for the past 1 or 2 summers, or if you've been here for a lifetime, you know that it is the month of June, and it is all but inevitable that the heat and humidity are going to move into the Tennessee Valley. Let's talk about the radar and the lack of activity on the radar. Definitely some good news. Water continues to recede across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Some good news there. And the fact that we haven't had any rain through the course of the afternoon is a big contributor to that. However, there is some shower and thunderstorm activity sitting to our north. Nashville and then points to the north. Those folks are talking about some scattered showers and thunderstorms, packing a bit of a punch. South of that activity, there is a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, that's not in effect for anybody in our viewing area, but a severe thunderstorm warning nonetheless. However, it does appear that as this activity drops to the south, it is going to begin to weaken a little bit. So it's questionable if it actually makes it into our area, but especially for our southern Middle Tennessee counties, understand that a little bit of rain is going to be possible over the next few hours. Otherwise, it is warm this evening. Temperatures currently sitting in the mid and upper 80s. Will gradually fall off into the 70s, but maintain the humidity as we head into the early part of the overnight.
Thanks, Jordan. A Huntsville police officer fired a single shot during an encounter with a suspect on Highway 53 near Old Monrovia Road. The Huntsville Police Department tells Fox 54 the department was investigating multiple shootings in which no one was harmed at the Westlake apartment complex in North Huntsville. During the investigation, they learned where they could find a suspect, Kobe Green. HPD tells us they found him and a pursuit began on Highway 53.
We attempted to stop him. He did not want to stop and decided to lead us on a short pursuit in which, as you see behind me, he attempted to turn around in the roadway. As he was turning around in the roadway, he was armed. He presented a firearm, and the officer discharged their weapon one time, not striking Mr. Green. Mr. Green was taken into custody without further incident, and the rest of this is under active investigation. He does have 3 active warrants for his arrest, 2 counts of shooting into an unoccupied building, and 1 for probation revocation for robbery in the first degree. He will also have some on-view charges from today's instance.
Sergeant Jackson couldn't comment on whether the officer involved would be placed on leave due to the shooting. Green faces 10 charges and is held in the Madison County Jail on an over $3 million bond. A Huntsville man faces a manslaughter charge after a teenager was shot and killed this morning. The Huntsville Police Department says the shooting happened around 2:30 a.m. on 4900 block of Lumery Drive. When officers arrived, they found a 16-year-old boy inside the home suffering from a gunshot wound. Officers and medical personnel provided life-saving measures, but the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. HPD detained 2 people who were inside the home, including Santravius Westry. An investigation revealed Westry was showing the gun to the victim when it discharged and shot the teen. Westry was arrested and booked into the Madison County Jail.
World-class elite athletes in Chattanooga. I think, like I said, this is once in a lifetime.
Some local fans joining Team Spain for practice in Chattanooga just days before the World Cup on Thursday. Find out what they're saying up next. More healthcare options coming to residents in North Huntsville with a brand new physician care clinic. Learn more about what it'll bring to the community up next. The World Cup begins on Thursday, and one team has set their base camp and training site just up the road from the Rocket City. The Spanish national team has made Chattanooga their home away from home, and people joined one of the team's practices, giving the players a warm welcome. Take a listen.
We need all of you cheering Vamos España.
She says it's awesome, amazing, whatever it is an understatement. I just imagine all your best American basketball players, baseball players, whatever it is of sport, imagine them all being in our community. And I think even that is kind of hard to grasp, that you have world-class elite athletes in Chattanooga. I think, like I said, this is once in a lifetime.
This is the best day of my life. Rodri.
What is it about soccer that you love so much?
Gracias.
No worries.
Oh my gosh. It means something in my heart. Let me.
What does it mean to you to be here?
Like a lot. It makes me want to experience more and want me to go in professional even more.
This is what they do for a living, and they're the best in the world at it. It's an opportunity for us to be able to say when the season comes in the fall and then in the spring for the boys of like, this is what the standard looks like, and trying to hold a really high standard for our players.
If I can have this picture with him, if I can have his autograph on this shirt, I will literally hang this up. I'll show every single person I know, and I'll let everybody know that, hey, I met Lamine Yamal. Hey, I played on the same field as Lamine Yamal.
Very excited because I'm about to see Lamine Yamal practice. Not everyone gets to see Lamine Yamal practice.
Biggest sporting event, which is on the World Cup. The action on the pitch begins on Thursday, as you can see it all, and you can see it all on FOX54. A new crew making a historic docking with a lunar lander on the way to getting humans back on the moon. Learn more about the crew coming up.
Definitely a warm and humid afternoon across the Tennessee Valley, and it's proving to be a warm evening. We're going to maintain the heat and humidity. As a matter of fact, it's going to intensify as we head into the middle part of the week. We'll discuss it in just a minute.
Lower County 911, what's the address of your emergency room? Okay, your wife is in a bar, you said she's unresponsive.
This is what he's going to tell you.
How to get out of that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Trying to find the first place to put a body.
No, sir.
The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say anything?
We, the jury, and to find the defendant.
A new physician care clinic cutting the ribbon today to help serve North Huntsville. Take a listen. Staff from Huntsville Hospital, alongside leaders from Alabama A&M and around the community, celebrated the new clinic this morning. The location looks to serve not just A&M students, but residents of North Huntsville. Dwayne Mathis, director of the physician's office for Huntsville Hospital, described what services will be provided.
This is a primary care clinic, so all primary care needs, we will do preventive screenings, physicals for employment and for sports participation, immunizations for folks who may be leaving the country and need to get immunizations, flu shots, preventive maintenance care, general care across the board.
The clinic will open to the public by appointment starting next Monday. NASA revealed the 4 astronauts who will embark on the Artemis III mission, slated for next year. It's the next step in NASA's effort to return humans to the surface of the moon. 3 Americans are part of the crew: Andre Douglas, Frank Rubio, and Randy Bresnik, along with Italian astronaut Luca Parmitano. Rubio has ties to the Rocket City, serving as a clinic supervisor, executive medicine provider, and flight surgeon at Redstone Arsenal's Fox Army Health Center. Rubio also has family who live in the Auburn area, which brings him back to Alabama from time to time. Parmitano expressed his gratitude to NASA for selecting him for the mission.
I'm grateful that NASA has allowed me to be part of this incredible group of people, of this crew, and for letting me fly. But we wouldn't be going anywhere without fuel, and the fuel that lets everything move is right here. Maya, Sarah, Marta, my extended family here in the crowd. You are the energy that feeds my soul. And your love is the spark that ignites every passion.
The 2-week mission is seen as key to try out different technologies that will be vital to returning astronauts to walk the moon as soon as 2028. A sunny day to end our Tuesday, a contrast to what we saw the past few days. But as the rain moves away, we should brace for the heat and the dreaded humidity.
Yeah, it seems all but inevitable, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, I suppose it is the appropriate time of year. You know,
summertime,
exactly.
June, July, August, it kind of starts to get warmer around those months.
Exactly. So, you know, we can complain about it all we want, I suppose, and I am going to complain about it.
I will too.
Because I appreciate a lack of humidity, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to deal with it. And then I remember by the time January or February rolls around, I'm going to be complaining about the cold.
I will be wishing for it in January, that's for sure.
Exactly. So it's just kind of a vicious cycle, if you will. Newmarket, 7.9 inches of rain over the last 3 days. I've updated some of these totals. Trenton, 7.65 inches of rain. Scottsboro, 7.17. Huntsville, North Huntsville specifically, 7.11 inches of rain. Again, this is over the last 3 days, so this takes into account additional rain that we may have gotten yesterday, so not just the rain that we saw on Sunday. And then our friends in Hazel Green, Meridianville, 7.07 inches of rain over the last 3 days. The Paint Rock River near Woodville is going to remain in minor flood stage through about Wednesday afternoon, maybe even as we head into Wednesday evening through the overnight, dropping into that action stage by the time we get to Thursday morning, and then through the course of Thursday afternoon. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, it'll be sitting at right around 15 feet, currently sitting at about 17.13 feet. For the most part, radar looks nice and quiet this evening, but there is a little bit of activity sitting to our north, kind of Nashville, and then points to the north. That activity's gradually beginning to drop to the south. I do expect that it could impact our southern Middle Tennessee counties in some way, and it could impact our friends over in northeast Alabama. But at the same time, it also looks like as it's dropping to the south, it's gradually beginning to fizzle out. But understand that a little bit of rain is going to be possible this evening. Other opportunities for some isolated showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible as we head into your Wednesday and Thursday. Again, our typical summertime weather pattern across the Tennessee Valley, where not everybody's going to get wet, but understand that there are going to be daily opportunities for some isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. It could become a little more widespread on Friday, but Friday's still not going to be a complete and total wash. The timing there would, of course, be the afternoon and the evening, and then the chance continues as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and then even through Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now we're kind of beginning to welcome summer. The summer heat and the humidity are not just going to continue through the next couple of days, but it's going to continue through the rest of the week, and then even as we head into the weekend, I think what's going to be most noticeable is the higher heat indices. We're talking about the upper 90s, lower triple digits, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's going to feel quite oppressive as we finish off the week and then head into the weekend. But it does look like the heat indices are going to drop off a little bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday. It's a warm evening, 88 right now in Huntsville, 86 in Coleman, 87 in Fayetteville, sitting at 87 in Scottsboro, 85 degrees right now in Albertville. Through the rest of the evening, of course, temperatures are gradually going to begin to fall off, mid-70s by the time we get to 10 p.m., only dropping into the lower 70s as we head into the overnight. I've got a low temperature right around 70 degrees, and of course we are going to maintain the moisture in our atmosphere, so even through the overnight it's going to feel quite oppressive. Warming very quickly tomorrow morning. We're kind of getting into that time of year when, if you're one of those folks that likes to work out outdoors, it would be best to do that earlier in the morning while it feels a bit more comfortable compared to the afternoon. Have a good look at the next 7 days. 90 degrees on Wednesday. And then I've got a pair of 91s both Thursday and Friday. But again, it's going to feel like it's in the upper 90s or even the lower triple digits. 88 on Saturday, 87 on Sunday. So the air temperature is beginning to drop off just a little bit with the opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms and some additional cloud cover that's going to build in. 85 on Monday, 81 degrees on Tuesday. When during this period can you mow? I would suggest doing it Wednesday or Thursday. I'm probably going to end up holding off until the weekend just because that's what I feel like doing.
Thanks, Jordan. It has been a weather whiplash year for the Tennessee Valley. TVA says the region started in 2026 in drought conditions, with reservoirs struggling to reach normal levels heading into summer. Then, this past weekend changed everything.
We can pivot, and that's exactly what we had to do this weekend when we're going from low flows in a river system to now we've got high flows. And so we are 24/7 in the River Forecast Center. And just like that, we changed from having high flows to be able to increase flows through the river system and manage the amount of water that's coming into the river system.
And TVA balances 6 operating priorities for the river, including flood control, drinking water for more than 5 million people, power generation, and recreation. Officials say this weekend proved just how quickly that system can adapt.
Hey, let's talk some sports. A former Auburn Tiger didn't win the NFL MVP last year, but he did take home an important state-based award. We'll talk about that next.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush, fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.
And good evening, sports fans. The Denver Broncos' decision to draft former Auburn Tiger QB standout Bo Nix was met with a lot of criticism. But since then, Nix has led Denver to a pair of postseason appearances and even was in the running for the NFL MVP last season. Despite not winning that award, he did take home a state-based award recently. Nix was named the Pro Athlete of the Year by the Alabama Sports Writers Association. Now, last year, he threw for over 3,300 yards and had 26 touchdowns through the air while leading the Broncos to a 15-3 record and a spot in the AFC title game. Unfortunately, Nix suffered a broken ankle prior to that contest, and he was out for the AFC Championship. He did have offseason surgery, and according to his head coach, Sean Payton, Nix should be ready by week 1.
I think there's a good chance we see him in this offseason program in June. We're going to be the ones kind of holding him back, if you will. The follow-up procedure was not a surprise. I was just talking to Bo. We had 5 other players that staged surgeries where there's a step, they evaluate, and then a second step. We had 5. He was the 6th that actually went through that. No surprises. We feel real good about where he's at.
Hey, if all goes well, we will see Bo Nix in action during week 1 of the NFL season when Denver travels to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. That game is set for September the 14th, and of course, it's on Monday Night Football. And we're getting oh so close to kicking off the 2026 World Cup. The action begins on Thursday, then Team USA, they'll be in action on Friday against Paraguay at 8 p.m. We'll have more on Team USA coming up tonight in sports at 9 p.m. In the meantime, let's swing it back to Caleb.
Coming up tonight at 9, a deadline set for Alabama to respond to a former death row inmate's appeal regarding his court-appointed attorney. We've got the story ahead. One of the most popular festivals in the Tennessee Valley will be postponed to October. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala tells us how this will impact concert goers. NASA today announced the first crewed Artemis mission to interact with commercial spacecraft. We get to meet these historic astronauts tonight at 9. A field trip turned into a real-life expedition for one Kansas 6th grader. 12-year-old Corbin Bullard found an 85-million-year-old fossil belonging to part of a 15-foot-long ancient marine reptile during a field trip with a geology club. After finding it, Corbin and the club returned 3 more times to dig up the rest of the fossil. Corbin gets to keep the fossil because he found it on private property with permission from the land's owner.
That's interesting.
And in a couple of decades, Corbin will hopefully sell it to pay for his college education.
I know.
Would not be a bad idea at all.
Makes me want to invoke, that belongs in a museum, Indiana Jones.
I love Indiana Jones.
I love it too.
I did not catch that quote. Quick look at the next 7 days. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. 90 degrees on Wednesday and a pair of 91s both Thursday and Friday. Isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible, but it's very much our typical summer-like weather pattern across the Tennessee Valley. Yes, those are the air temperatures, but it is going to feel like it is in the mid and upper 90s. Happy June, everybody. 88 on Saturday, 87 Sunday, kind of hanging out in the 80s through Monday and Tuesday of next week.
That's all we've got for you for now, and we'll see you again tonight at 9 on Fox 54 News at 9. Thanks.